All Momanga could do was watch. Momanga was a mighty magic caster, so she did not feel the show before her was anything special. With a pasha, Albedo unfurled her wings in a threat display. It seems camouflaging the walls is an easy task for him. Indeed. There were no strangers in a small village like this. Albedo was all smiles as she replied, "We have all heard your glorious name. Would the NPCs be that way as well?" He would not acknowledge this. They fled. The words were spoken with a hint of disappointment. "Well, that's only to be expected." There was tension in the air over there, and the seeds of fear began sprouting in her heart. Their hairstyles were also varied, with bund-up hair, ponytails, long, straight hair, French curls, and so on. Albedo, and the other was roughly humanoid, but resembled a spider dressed in a ninja uniform. Instead, he focused on instant death spells with additional effects. "All of you, hurry up and protect me." The company of 50 men galloped across the grassy plains on their horses. The foe has their eye on the warrior Captain Dano, and if he stayed here, the village would become a battlefield. Even so, Inns did not seem to be in any pain. The impact of that incident cast an indelible shadow in Inns' heart. "May I ask if something is wrong?" Forgive me." Although they were level 55 monsters with no special abilities of note, their powerful arms and prodigious stamina were a match for higher-leveled monsters. However, none of these limitations were in effect now. The twins smiled happily as they heard Momonga's sincere praise. "Thank you, Momanga-sama." If he could use game terms with them in an unironic way, it might be easier to give them orders. "Although I fear to anger you, I pray you will allow me to speak." This caused a lot of stress to the formerly human Momanga. "Then, I have abandoned the tasks that I must take care of." This was because the guild members were all fans of complex backstories and details. Anyone who wore that ring would automatically appear in this place when they logged into the game, barring special circumstances. It negated the force of the impact with a simple flexing of the knees, and it smiled broadly. V. It made a V sign of victory. "If you throw down your arms, I can guarantee your lives." Neither of them had the free time to help them. It wore an intricately detailed black robe, and it resembled nothing so much as an incarnation of death, born from the darkness of another world. While he might have gone a bit too far, it still fit the role he was playing. These gloves were called Jarn Gripair, and they were an armor item made by one of In's Oulgown's members for fun. The differences between them were obvious even in the way they drank water. "If we won't fall back, then we should leave the survivors behind and launch a pursuit with all of us. That would be the wisest option." The gauntlets of vitality, that made their user immune to fatigue. If the mysterious magic caster before him could do it, it would mean that this mysterious person was a far stronger being than a demon god. With the permission of the other guild members, Momanga was allowed to possess one of these ultimate items, and the rest of these world-class items were scattered throughout Nazarick. It was like a crystallization of all the beauty in the world. At first, the two of them did not know how to respond to that. "Many fields will have to be abandoned because we lack the people to work them." The loosed arrow struck its target unerringly, piercing the head of the frontmost magic caster, or at least, that was